Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, where we are going through Trucy's things. Here's a bird up there. It's a dove. Trucy must use it in one of her tricks. Yeah, There's another bird cage next to it. I wonder what's in that one. Probably nothing. Oh. What in the world was that? Wait. No, I want to know what it is now. What? I'm sure it was a joke. I don't get it. Oh, look at the adorable little bunnies. Rabbits, huh? I used to have a pet rabbit. Me too. Really? You? You sure don't look like the type. What do you mean? What's wrong with me having a pet rabbit? Aren't people who have rabbits as pets usually the quiet, sensitive type? Well, pardon me for being so loud and insensitive. Look at all this stuff. They must belong to Mr. Rias. Well, look at the colors in that briefcase. You think he carries that around with him on his time off? Well, during his shows, he wears a mask to hide his identity. If he carried that briefcase around when he wasn't working, wouldn't it give him away? Ooh, that's true. We don't actually know who he is. Ah, but you gotta change gears and look at things in a different way at a time like this. Oh yeah? Meaning? Well, what if Mr. Rias wore his full costume all the time, even when he wasn't working? Then that briefcase wouldn't give him away one bit. Okay. I'm getting pretty good at this turn your thinking around stuff, huh? He's like a little kid who learned a new trick and couldn't wait to try it out. I want that. Nothing particular interesting here. I want to steal this. Look at all this stuff. I bet it belongs to that bunny assistant we saw on the show. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Does she really need all that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so much makeup. When it comes to sheer number of items, your desk back at the office isn't any better. These things are the natural accumulation of 2 years of work, and they're all necessary. Really? Instant noodles and crackers? Yes, very important for being an attorney. Of course, I need those for when I have to stay at the office all night prepping a case. And the comic books too, yes, to keep my spirits up. Oh, of course I need those too. Manga these days are super realistic and informative. I need them for research. Ooh. I would have played up the entertainment angle. I need a break. Brain break. Uh-huh, I see. So you need to research street fighting and the funnies, do you? Alright. We actually got out of that fairly unscathed. What's this? A script of the show? It says Bonnie, so it must belong to that bunny assistant we saw in the show. You know the one who's like super suspicious? You and I got to see the first two parts up to the end of the 1020 segment. But this Mr. Rias' fire trick, we didn't get to see that part. 9:30, Mr. Rias transformed into a dragon. Trucy's hat trick. 3 times. Bonnie's teleportation trick and Trucy's escape trick. Mr. Rias' fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. Yeah, it's because they canceled the show after the incident. Hey, there's a note about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. Makes sense. Come to think of it, when Mr. Rias turned into a dragon, it breathed fire, didn't it? Fire tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Rias' specialty. Maybe they had some big finale planned, where Mr. Rias and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his revival. Alright, the fire trick was cancelled due to the incident, okay. Look at all these costumes. Oh. No, not what I wanted. There we go. Oh, here's that handbag Trucy was talking about. I feel a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to. But not you, Apollo. Let me do it. Let's see, huh? No, not this. What's this? Oh wow, she has... Oh, Trucy, you are bad. Ah. What is it? I want to see too. Oh, Apollo. That's funny. She said it was a black notebook, right? But there's nothing like that in here. Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she left it. Let's keep looking around for it. Didn't we look at this stuff already? I say we took a look through Mr. Rios' things too. Hey, is that a notebook sticking out from behind his briefcase? You're right, it's practically screaming, over here, look at me. You think it could be... Wow, Athena. Orange is right, it's Trucy's notebook. What's it doing mixed in with Mr. Rios' stuff? Good question. Oh, and it's locked. It was mixed in with Mr. Rios' belongings. It's locked. I guess that means we can't read it. I wonder what kinds of secrets are in there to make her want to lock it. A girl her age needs her privacy. Besides, everybody has a secret or two they don't want others to know about. If there's anything in there about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry. Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through other people's stuff was so thrilling, like I'm doing something naughty. I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around in my things at the office. Why? What do you have to hide? I don't think I like how her eyes lit up all of a sudden. Anyway, we better get this notebook back to Trucy. But we've already searched out. Huh? Aren't these Ninetails flowers? You know, those flowers that only grow in Ninetails Vale? Ah, Ninetails Vale. Oh my goodness, you're right. There's a card here and a letter to go with it. Card says, good luck, Trucy, from Damien and Jinxie Tenma. Oh. Mayor Tenma and Jinxie, huh? What does the letter say? Let's see. Oh. There's a message for you in here, too. Please tell Mr. Demon Lawyer I said thank you for everything. Thanks to him, I overcame my fear and I'm now not afraid of yokai anymore. And guess what? I've even become friends with yokai like Iten Momen and Konaki Gigi. No matter what happens, I guess she'll never grow out of her demon obsession. Oh, who are these from? Hey, these flowers, they're from Lemoire. Lemoire, where have I heard that name before? She's a famous singer. They call her the Siren of the Ballad, and she's pretty popular. Why would a famous singer be sending Trucy flowers? Well, we met her through a case I headed up once. Wow, your circle of acquaintances is bigger than I thought. Memoir, I don't know why, but her songs really touched me for some reason. I hope she's doing well. Alright. I think we got everything. Okay. We had to go somewhere else to the Penrose Theater. Wait, we're at the Penrose Theater. The other part. Yeah, this part. The person you are trying to call is not available. After the tone, please I've tried calling Mr. Wright 100 times, but he never picks up. Yeah, because he's leading a rebellion. We left him some voicemails, so he'll probably call back once he gets them. I'm gonna flip out when he hears what happened to Trucy. Hey, this is a place. The theater where that magical murder happened. Oh yeah, I wonder if they brought the dead body out yet. I hear they already arrested the murderer. They say it's a young girl. Yeah, high school student. Can you believe it? Kids these days. So with all the curious bystanders. Sure, kicking up a fuss. How dare they call Trucy a murderer? They've got some nerve. Can't let people think that about her. We have to defend her. Apollo, is that you? Oh! Yes, Emma. It came up before I could think. It's sure been a while. How have you been? Oh, can't complain. Haven't seen you in ages. Although you've only been a lawyer for 2 years. Emma is not usually in the best of moods, so I never quite know what to do or say around her. Well, we have some business to take care of, so I guess we'd better get going. Hey, wait a minute. What? Was it something I said? You're darn right it's something you said. What's with you brushing me off like that? We've had heaps to catch up on. Well, we've been through. You're not still mad at me about something, are you? Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Who's this, Apollo? A distant cousin or something? No, Emma's a detective I've had the, pleasure of working with before. Hello, I'm Emma Skye, forensic investigator. What? So you're finally a full-fledged forensic investigator? Yeah, I finally achieved my lifelong dream. Look, I even have an official forensic investigator armband and everything. Yeah, she does. It's true. That's great, Emma. I bet the exam was really hard, huh? Oh, it was a cinch. Really? Because I thought you said something about failing it over and over. Well, never mind that. The important thing is I'm not a plain old detective anymore. So no more boring old investigations for me. I'm so happy I could hug the whole world. Coming from you, that's really something. Criminals beware. Fingerprinting, luminol testing, DNA analysis. Emma Skye is raring to go, so bring it on. Wow. Guess it's goodbye, grumpy clouds. Hello, fanatical sun. I'll take that one. She's very cheerful, isn't she? Is it because of the weather or something? Sure wasn't like this before. She was pretty frustrated back when she was assigned to the Criminal Affairs Department. And she was always munching on chocolate snackoos to relieve her stress. Snackers and stress are a thing of the past. I've said goodbye to both of them. And may you never have to see either again. Bring out the snackers. By the way, are you two here because of the murder? Murder? Don't you mean the accident? Oh, then I guess you haven't heard. The case is being treated as a straight-up homicide now. What? Just so you know, I heard that the prosecution is going to argue tomorrow that Trucy outright murdered Mr. Rios. What? Are you kidding? They're treating it as a murder? Emma, please tell us everything you know. Of course. Anything to help Trucy. But first, I'm a lawyer. It's been 2 years since we first met. But you're still just a newbie to me. Hey, that's not fair. I'm not even the newest lawyer in our office anymore. Yep, that's Apollo and me, just two newbies working our way up. Aw, look at you two. The newbie duo. Must be nice, right, Apollo? That went well. Alright, anyway. Tell me about the incident. Why is the case being treated as a homicide now and not involuntary manslaughter? Well, apparently, there's something that proves it was a straight-up homicide. That's vague. Do you know any of the details? No. I'm afraid that's all I was told. Lies! Really? How come? No, because the lead prosecutor is kind of a hard guy to read. So it's not Gavin? Or maybe it's just a culture gap thing. Anyway, he's not one to really share his thoughts. Wait, what do you mean by culture gap? I mean, he's a foreigner, so his way of going about things is different. Who exactly am I up against tomorrow? Ooh. Alright, hold on. Tell me about yourself first. Congrats on finally becoming the forensic investigator you always wanted to be. Thanks. I failed that exam so many times, but I finally did it. I can finally use my forensics kit openly whenever I want. Yeah, I used to have to stealth use a kit you sent away for. Oh, I still use that one too. But now it's more of a hobby kit. It's important to have hobbies too, you know. So basically nothing's changed. Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for taking fingerprints for fun now. Wait, for fun? It's positively life-changing. I can take all the prints I want. Are you sure you're allowed to do that? Sure, I'm sure. I've been collecting all the prints I've taken into a personal database. That sounds illegal. Now hold out your hands. I need to get your prints too. Just promise me you won't use them for evil. I can't believe she took my prints too, Apollo. Alright, who is this new prosecutor? Oh. Like it's Edgeworth. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth has been reorganizing the prosecutor's office lately. As part of that effort, he's gotten rid of a lot of corrupt prosecutors. The prosecutor's office is looking pretty empty these days. And that's how a foreign prosecutor got assigned to this case? That's part of it, yes. We were short on prosecutors and this guy just happened to be visiting. And what's the purpose of his visit? To try a murder case. Well, some insurgents from the Kingdom of Kharian are thought to be hiding out here. Oh, so that's how it's going to tie together. As an international prosecutor, he apparently came to investigate the matter personally. But what about their star Pain prosecutor? So he's from the Kingdom of Kharian. That's right, he's also a Kharianist monk. A monk? So how did he get assigned to this particular case anyway? Seems he's very devoted to furthering his studies as a prosecutor. He wanted to learn how crime scenes are investigated here, so he just showed up. So he was just curious, huh? He looked the entire crime scene over quite earnestly. And just as everyone else was ready to call it a case of involuntary manslaughter, this is most certainly a murder, the cruel act of an impure soul. Uh-huh. That's what he said, just like that. And he volunteered himself as the prosecutor for this case. The short of prosecutors right now, the prosecutor's office was glad to have him. The Trucy was arrested for murder all because of this guy, huh? I have to say, he's definitely not your typical prosecutor. I want to meet him. Bring it on. He says quarters where a victim receives their last rites. When the truth is revealed, the criminal is judged and the victim's soul sees salvation. Receiving last rites in court allows the victim to finally rest in peace, or so he claims. Yes, that makes total sense. So to him, a trial is like performing funeral rites for the victim, huh? Certainly a unique way of looking at it. His name is Nayuda Sadmari. Nah. Alright. Nayuta. Is that not a pun? Or am I missing it? Admadi. I got nothing. Alright. Comments. I'm leaving it to you to explain the pun. What? Nayuta Sadmadi? That's right. What, do you know him or something? Oh, I guess you could say I've heard of him. Yeah, well, he is pretty famous. What? Really? Yes, they say he travels the world, solving difficult case after difficult case. When there's a hard case to crack, he's called in to prosecute it. Wow, sounds like he's going to be tough to beat. I can't believe this. I have to stand in court against him? I need some context here. He seems like a very kind and gentle person, though. He's very polite and understanding to everyone he talks to. Maybe he's a pretty agreeable guy, then. Yes, he's bound to see what kind of person Trucy really is. I don't know if I trust that. But don't they hate defense attorneys in Kharian? I like that Athena knew that. But Phoenix, who's going there, who probably should know that, didn't. But even listen to what we have to say? I don't see why not. He certainly seems like the type of person who would. Even so, do you think he could do us a favor, Emma? Could you tell Prosecutor Sadmadi about Trucy? What a good person she is? Of course. Leave it to me. I'll make him understand there's no way Trucy could have committed the murder. I hope he listens to reason. Me too. This is looking pretty bad, Apollo. They're calling it a murder and they even got proof. What are we gonna do? Get our own proof. Look on the bright side, that's what. Bright side? What bright side? Well, the good thing about there being proof is that it has to point to the real killer. That's a fair point, actually, and that's what I was wondering. Is if this actually ends up helping us some way. If we can find out who that is, we can prove Trucy's innocence. Oh, hey, you're right. Which means our objectives are clear. We have to find two things. Proof of Trucy's innocence and evidence of the true culprit's identity. I mean, I feel like it's the bunny girl, but that seems a little obvious, but also sometimes they just go with obvious. You know what, Apollo? You're starting to give me a glimmer of hope. That means there's only one thing to do. Emma, would it be alright if we investigate the scene? I said no, you just do it behind my back anyway, right? Yep. Would I do something like that? I guess the jig is up. Oh, alright, but I'd better come along. Who knows what sorts of mischief you'd get up to if I'm not there to keep an eye on you. That's fair. Mischief sounds like Emma trusts you about as far as she can throw you, Apollo. I mean, I'd be more worried about Athena causing mischief, but you know. He has been known to move things around at the scene of a crime, you know. What about you? You used to do all kinds of forensic tests on things without permission. There's nothing wrong with that. After all, forensics is always on the side of justice. I know a guy. How is that even remotely fair? Alright, what else you got? Oh, that's it. Can I present to you... anything interesting? Kinda the notebook. Oh, are you asking me to test that? Actually, yes. Hey, why are you putting it away? I just can't let her cover this in chemical reagents. Oh. That's fair. What about this? Weird, but I keep running into the name Troop Grimari over the years. Maybe it's fate. Have you ever considered joining them? You could use your expertise in forensics to do scientific magic. You're not thinking of stuff like picking the right card using fingerprint powder, are you? Not anymore. You can hardly call that magic, Athena. Yeah, I guess not. Looks like we hit the nail right on the head. Alright. Let's... Oh, I can go to the stage. Alright, we'll go there. Penrose Theater, stage, yada yada yada. Alright, let's get down to investigating, shall we? Just make sure you don't move anything or I'll get in big trouble. Fine, I promise. Only move the things I have to. Well, I have my own investigation to conduct, but let me know if you need anything. I'll take 7 luminols. It's been a while since we've done any investigating. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. You do remember how to do this, right? If you don't, I can give you a quick rundown. Did I have Athena give me a rundown? I guess I should? Yeah, I guess I could use a refresher course. Then take a seat, Mr. Justice. Professor Sykes is gonna learn you a thing or two. Oh, brother, what did I get myself into? Remember how to go about examining a crime scene? Let's see. Just place the cursor over what I want to examine. Oh, just place over what I examine and press A, right? How'd I do? I suppose it's acceptable. What else do you know about examining? If I recall correctly, we can also take a closer look at certain notable areas or objects. Very good. Now, do you know how to change perspectives? With the right... Okay, that's kind of some of the stuff I was looking for. Right stick, left and right. By changing our perspective, we might even find new evidence, because I swear in the last games it was L1, R1. Marvelous, Apollo. Top of the class. I'm proud to have such a model student. And the only student. And thanks to you, Professor Sykes here just remembered how to investigate too. You could have just asked. Alright, I know this is a little bit shorter episode, but we'll pause it here. We'll pick this up in the next one, and we will give this crime scene a thorough examination. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.